Hey there, so today we have another review. This is courtesy of Entropy Brewing. So thank you so much. He decided to send his pills, right? And then this is Demon Hand. So this is actually, well, not his beer. This is Modern Times. So as Modern Times, this is a blend of foeder-aged dark lager and barrel-aged stout, 5%. Never had anything like this. Foeder-aged dark lager is a thing. So interestingly enough, one of the breweries that helped make this trend popular, or arguably started the trend, was Three's Brewing in Brooklyn. Decided to use foeders as their lagering tanks. You know, instead of putting in a horizontal lagering tank, which is traditional, or one of those tall cylinder conicals. If you've seen those, if you've done the brewery tour, and you put it in a wood vessel or foeder, so a large wood vessel, and I guess it's more economical, or they would think it would impart some wood qualities or some interesting characteristics. It's gotten very popular. So now people are doing pills, Helles, all kinds of traditional German styles, Czech styles as well. And so this is a foeder-aged dark lager. So either inspired by Schwarzbier or Czech dark lager. And then it's blended with a barrel-aged stout. So the base beer has got to be pretty tiny. Because again, when you're blending, you're like mixing ABVs. The dark lager's got to be pretty low in ABV. And also they probably didn't throw in that much stout, because it's sitting at 5%, right? If you average 5% and 10%, 7.5. But, so anyway, let's dig into this beer. So, quite dark. Definitely some ruby hues on the edges. So, not really a stout. Looks more like, proper dark lager, sort of like English porter maybe. Yeah, you definitely see some, like, it looks a little bit like red wine, right? Brownish head on that, or really dark red wine, yeah. On the nose, what is that? It's like cocoa, a little bit of that kind of like Maillard reaction. So it's got this, like, I assume some kind of, you know what? Reminds me a little bit of Guinness. So it has a little bit of that kind of like, it's a dark beer with like roasted deep notes, but it's not like stout-like. So it's not completely all the way there. Hope that makes some sense. A little bit of dark fruitiness in there. There's like a plum, almost like a Venice character, which is like, was off-putting up front. Almost like it's infected, but yeah, that kind of just like, it's yeah, again, Guinness is what comes to mind. It's not a big beer, but it's dark. Cheers. It's got a little bit of just like light ashiness. Oh, okay. That's weird. I generally like blending beers, and I think that's something that a lot of breweries can explore into, like especially blending between different styles or blending within the style, This for me. So it's very ashy on the back end. So just like I smelled it, there is a very like cigarette ash thing going on. It's woody and burnt. If you don't like, it's not quite smoky, not like Schlenkerla, but if you don't like burnt flavors, you're not gonna like this. It's very, very campfire-ish. But like campfire, like smoky. It's not quite smoky, it's ashy. It's like, it's hard to describe. Not smoky, but ashy and burnt. Think of like burnt toast, like cigar. Like it's got this very like leathery cigar tobacco kind of thing going on. That's not a descriptor I always use, but this one's very distinct in that. Nice and like fine beer, 5%, super drinkable. Bitters out. It's that combination of herbal hops and the dark malts that they're using. Gets this really kind of woodsy burnt thing on the back end. On the initial impression, I was like, boop. Oh wow, there's that imperial stout. There's a hint of booziness, complexity to it, but I don't know. It's a good beer. It's good beer. It's nice drinking beer. Honestly, the thing, Demon Hand, the thing that I will say that it does really well is that it does that kind of roast and burnt thing, and that it does that like flavor without being a smoked beer, even though it leans on that, because it's so like if you're looking for something that pairs for that, and you want something that brings the ashy and burnt and all that flavor without the smoke, this does that. So I see it as a pairing beer. Maybe it'd be good with barbecue, but maybe that's a little too intense, like too much like, charcoal burning, burn, so, but it's nice, drinkable, 5% beer. Whether it accomplishes much with the barrel aged character, I don't think so. Sorry, so someone's talking about that. I don't think it does much for the barrel aged fact. So, you know, I don't like give it tons of like, oh wow, it really was like a brilliant idea adding these two beers together. But maybe I don't know without like tasting the two parts, you know, separately. But it's a very tasty beer. It's fine. Let's go with a solid 85. It's just good beer. You know, nothing, you know, very good beer. Nothing to go nuts about, but tasty, sessionable. And it's one of those beers that I probably think like if you went through a few cans, as Augie Carton says on Steel Spear, after the 7th or 8th, when you get to the 10th, you're like, wow, this beer makes sense. And then John Hall's like, why 10 beers? And Augie takes back, he's like, you know, okay, maybe the fourth beer. So yes, if you're sessioning 3 beers, maybe like 3 or 4 of the, that's maybe much. Maybe 2 or 3 of these, you'll like sort of get it, and like it'll sit at a different place. Every time you open a can, it'll have a little bit different of nuance, and you get more nuance. And so 85 for me. Thank you so much, Entropy Brewing. This is Modern Times Demon Hand. Until next time, guys, cheers, later.